here he says, NDC will restore original names of universities renamed by Akufo ADDO, says President Mahama. And the universities include technical universities. And I read the story. I saw some people were supporting it, some people were against it. I think this is quite unfortunate, viewers. I think it's quite unfortunate because quite apart from the fact that it's a token and it's intangible, this naming of things, which we have all learned from America and I've learned from Britain and I've learned from advanced societies, is about creating an aspirational society. So we look for the best in our society. We look for people we can call distinguished Ghanaians. And there are distinguished Ghanaians in NDC. There are distinguished Ghanaians in MPP. So when you have distinguished Ghanaians, you name things after them so that the young people will ask, who is X? And they are told about the life of the person. That's why history must be restored to our curricula. God bless Dr. Educhum for doing that, history to be restored to our curricula. So that when they say that this is named after Mr. X, they ask, who is Mr. X? And his story, his life story, his achievements will be an aspiration for the young people. So that if in 2017 or in 1917, there were 19 distinguished Ghanaians, and we named stuff after the 19 distinguished Ghanaians, and 2,000 children read their story, and out of the 2,000 children, 1,000 or even 500 were able to emulate the 19, then in 1930, we now have 30 distinguished Ghanaians. If we name something after the 30 distinguished Ghanaians and 5,000 children see it and 2,000 of them are inspired by that story and live their dream to become like those people, then we have another 500 distinguished Ghanaians. Over a 50-year period, we have used the aspirational society concept to develop many Ghanaians to become distinguished Ghanaians. That's the purpose of the renaming. But even forget about that. President Mahama, I don't know whether his advisors looked at the list of the names before they concluded that it was MPP. Here is Wa Polytechnic, named after Limann. Limann has nothing to do with MPP. Limann is an opponent of MPP. But Limann is interesting in this equation. Limann was a Ghanaian diplomat, but take that off. Bring back Wa University. I'll get to that. Bring back the university. So the university in Wa is named after Limann. Limann is not an MPP person. Now, for President Mahama, I'm not so sure whether his advisors looked at the list before they spoke. This is Dr. Limann, who should be President Mahama's hero. Dr. Limann was the first president from the northern sector of Ghana. Limann, he was not an MPP member. He was an Nkrumah CPP. Well, Limann was MPP before, but he ran elections as an Nkrumah CPP. Boro Igala, one of President Mahama's father's godfather, Igala, whom President Mahama must have heard his name from the time he was growing up in Tamale, Igala brought Limann. And Limann became the first northern president, winning the second round of the election in 1979. Akufo ADDO decides, after several years of the violent overthrow of Limann's government by J.J. Rawlings and his cohorts, out of which NDC is born, out of which President Mahama becomes a deputy minister and the vice president and the president, President Mahama is only the second president from the north. He's saying that his predecessor, Dr. Limann's name has been put on Wa Polytechnic. They should cancel it. What kind of politics is this? What kind of politics is this? And I know President Mahama. I don't think he's at fault. It is his advisors, the people advising President Mahama. What are you telling him? We have a serious election to run. President Mahama must be outlining his vision. I'll get there. Why does President Mahama feel that because he is President Mahama, Limann, who won one of the most credible elections in the history of Ghana, 1979's election, is yet till today one of the most credible elections in the history of Ghana. Limann won it. And he became president. He was elected. He took the oath. He's the first president from the north. President Mahama says he's going to cancel it. He's going to remove Limann's name from Wa Polytechnic. Because he's running elections against MPP, he says he's going to take out Limann's name. You can say that person X does not deserve to be his name to be there. I think it should be person Y. We can debate that. We can ventilate that. That's okay. You can say that I don't think it should be SB Dombo. I think it should be Mumuni Baumia. You can say that. But you can't say that all the names that they've given, I will take it off and I'll bring back the original names. So you're going to cancel President Limann and he's going to go back to Wa Polytechnic. Those who reviewed President Mahama's speech, did they see, did they check, did they ask for the list? The list of the people who have been renamed so that you can see some names in it? Dr. Limann took the oath, the first northern leader to take the oath. And President Mahama says that because President Akufo ADDO has named Wa Polytechnic after Dr. Limann, he's going to cancel it. I don't understand how anybody should be able to say that, especially a former president say that another president's name has been put on Wa Polytechnic and I'm going to cancel it because Limann comes from the upper west region. Gwelu is in that area, Tumu is in that area, and so Wa Polytechnic, the regional capital where the Polytechnic is, Akufo ADDO decides that we need to honor the memory of Limann. He was president and he was violently overthrown. Limann didn't leave the politics of Ghana. He stayed in Ghana, continued to work in the politics. In 1992, he was part of the process. Limann was part of the process even up to 1996. Limann gave us Edward Mahama. And so Limann's name has been put on Wa Polytechnic. President Mahama says, because of campaign, because we don't like Akufo ADDO, they didn't even look, they didn't even check it. They should go and apologize to Limann's family and the people of Gwelu. For the message that President Mahama gave, he should go and apologize to Limann's family. You look at Dr. Limann and tell him that I will take your name from Wa Polytechnic because Akufo ADDO did it. Forget about Dr. Limann. Let's move on. Look at this. This was the one that shocked me. Did they really check it? President Mahama's advisors, did they check? Look at this. University of Mines and Technology. Please put on the screen for our people to see. Put on the screen so that our distinguished viewers can see. Yes, and take off the things on the screen, please. So thank you, so they can see well. University of Mines and Technology. We've always known University of Mines and Technology. It's in Takwa. Akufo ADDO decides that he's naming it after George Grant. So it's now called the George Grant University of Mines and Technology. And President Mahama says George Grant does not deserve a name. Do you know who Pa Grant is? Pa Grant is the founder of the Big Six. Pa Grant. He founded the Big Six. George Alfred Grant. He is the founder of the Big Six who founded Ghana. Pa Grant's name has been put on the university. President Mahama has the effrontery to talk about Pa Grant. That Pa Grant's name, he will cancel it. That they come and... Is Pa Grant an MPP person? Pa Grant, is he a member of the MPP? Was he even a member of the UP? Was he even a member of the NLM? Pa Grant's money is what was given to Dankwa to be given to Akufo to bring Nkrumah to Ghana. George Alfred Grant, he started the first movement after the Aborigines. It was his money that moved all of these things forward. The whole independence struggle goes all the way to Pa Grant. We should be setting up a Pa Grant Foundation somewhere here in Accra, and a civil society organization that shows how business and resources can be used to mobilize political philosophy. And President Mahama and his advisors, instead of telling us their vision for 2024, they say that they will cancel the names that have been named. So President Mahama, the 7th president of the Republic of Ghana, says that Pa Grant, the founder of the Big Six, John Dramani Mahama, will change Pa Grant's name off University of Technology because it was Akufo ADDO who did it. I don't even get it. Anyway, let's move on. This one, look at this. Whole Technical University was set up by the NDC. Correct. Good work. Whole Technical University, Akufo ADDO looks at it and thinks that, to create an aspirational society, Ephraim Amu. Is Ephraim Amu a member of the NPP? President Mahama's advisors, please, we want a better campaign. We want a more solid campaign that we can deal with. That is outlining vision that excites the young people of Ghana. We can go to the ballot having 2 good visions, and then we choose one. Good, better, best. We can go to the ballot like that. The people of Ghana deserve that. We deserve 2 visions that are great, and then we choose one. One is good and one is best. President Mills said that he's coming to create a better Ghana because he acknowledged that John Kufuor had created a good Ghana. That's what we want. We can have 2 distinguished, very, very well thought out policies, and the people of Ghana choose one so that we can say that we go to bed, whoever wins the election, we are fine because both visions are good. We need a vision. We need President Mahama to communicate a vision to us. Please, Mr. Advisor, Dr. Manibo Ama and Co., get us something. You are telling us that the whole technical university named after Ephraim Amu is an anathema to the society of Ghana, that Ephraim Amu's name is put on whole technical university. President Mahama feels that it's an anathema and therefore he will cancel it. You will cancel Ephraim Amu. John Dramani Mahama is now able to cancel Ephraim Amu and Pa Grant because Akufo ADDO did it. Akufo ADDO, we should thank him for recognizing that these people have not been recognized enough. They are not members of his party. Ephraim Amu is not a member of his party. Everybody in Ghana knows about Ephraim Amu. Professor Mills, when he was alive, he acknowledged Theodosia Okun. Many of us had not heard the name Theodosia Okun before. Theodosia Okun was the one who designed the Ghana flag. Professor Mills went to Enum, to the home of Theodosia Okun. Today, when you drive by Enum, I go there many times. When you go to Enum, you will see that in Theodosia Okun's house, next time I go there, I'll take a photograph. Maybe this weekend I'll go there. I'll take a photograph and come and show it to you. Theodosia Okun's house, they've decorated it, they've put the Ghana flag there, and they have a huge photograph of Mills and Theodosia Okun. Professor Mills went all the way there when he was told that this is the woman who designed the Ghana flag. John Dramani Mahama feels that Ephraim Amu's name on whole technical university is an anathema to the development of Ghanaian society. Is that what President Mahama is telling us? I get very disturbed when I observe these political campaigns because I've seen campaigns from the past and I don't know what is happening. But I don't blame President Mahama. I always say that. He's a very decent guy. But the advisors, are there not people who look through his speech? Are there not people who look at the speech? Are there not people who do that? Right now, half of our team is out there. Do you know what they are doing? They are filming the background preparations of what is going to happen tomorrow at Dr. Bawumia's forum. They are filming it. And you will see the amount of work that goes into these things. And I believe the same goes on in the NDC. It's the same thing. But what is happening before President Mahama spoke? Did somebody check it to tell him that, hey, Mr. President, you can't say that. Because if you say that, Dr. Limann, Ephraim Amu, Pa Grant, we can't argue on that one. That one you can't say it. If you like, you can pick specific one and say that I don't think they should have been named after SB Dobo. I think it should have been named after Mumuni Bawumia. Or I think it should have been named after E.A. Mahama. Or I think it should have been named after Loyal Hassan. I mentioned the Northern Stalwarts. I think it should have been named after Yana Yakubu Andani. Something like that. But if you say, as he did, that we are going to change all the names because Akufo ADDO names it, Ephraim Amu is a member of the MPP. Ephraim Amu died before MPP was born. Ephraim Amu is a stalwart. Ephraim Amu is a distinguished Ghanaian. These things are being done to extol the virtues of distinguished Ghanaians so that we can create an aspirational society. This kind of society in Ghana since the coup era, where we should all come down to everybody's level, is wrong. And it is only now that Ghana is beginning to be aspirational. Many of our presidents, Professor Mills maybe, certainly John Ajay Kufuor, and definitely Nana Akufo-Addo, have taken this aspirational society up so that we can grow. We can grow as a society. People want to be like Ephraim Amu. People want to be like Limann. People want to be like that. People want to be like this. That's why we name. So you can decide to take the name out, but it doesn't matter. You can put another name on. But don't come and tell us that I will change every name when Ephraim Amu's name is there. You are going to change Ephraim Amu's name. Should any Ghanaian politician be able to talk like that? That I will take Ephraim Amu's name off. George Alfred Grant, Pa Grant, the one who gave birth to the Big Six. The name is given to Takwa University after him. That's where he came from. That's where he was. That's where he stayed. That's where Nkrumah came. That's where Dankwa used to go. Obechebe Lamte, Awona Williams. They all go to Takwa to go and see Pa Grant and take money from Pa Grant for the purpose of the operations of the United Gold Coast Convention. And John Mahama says today that we shouldn't name Pa Grant, doesn't deserve a name on the university. He doesn't. He only deserves a name in some house in the university or some library. Pa Grant and Ephraim Amu, Dr. Limann, are they MPP people?